You must go and listen to Simon Ekpa, who is doing a very fantastic job. Very great job that Simon Ekpa is doing. Very, very, absolutely fantastic job that he's doing. You must listen to him and share his videos accordingly. Very, very important. He is bringing a new dimension to this very awareness that we are making, and you must listen to him. Very, very important.
Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, fellow Biafrans all over the world, depending on where you are watching from. This is live State of the Nation broadcast on this day, the 13th day of September 2022. I welcome you all to this wonderful evening from my location. As I am here to ask you today on the progress we have made so far and the challenges we may face in the coming weeks. This particular State of the Nation broadcast is being aired on Voice of Biafra 97.5 FM in Biafra land and on all platforms of the Enter Biafra. My fellow Biafrans, as the Biafra people are preparing and getting ready for breakaway from Nigeria and the redeclaration of Biafra Republic or the Confederation of Biafra, as the case may be, in 2023, the breakaway of Biafra has to be about sustainability, development, and the right to life, and the right for self-determination of Biafra people. I want to remind us, including those watching me for the very first time today, that between 1967 to 1970, the genocide against Biafra people, we lost over 3 million children due to starvation supervised by the late Queen of England in the name of Queen Elizabeth II. And to that end, I would like to bring you back to the memory lane with the videos or this particular video that you're about to listen to.
Side with weapons. Their aim was to protect Britain's oil interests in Nigeria. But the Sunday Telegraph printed an internal government report which exposed this, and there was an outcry. The man who leaked the report was an idealistic young journalist.
Relief workers reported an imminent danger that millions of Biafrans, many of them children, would soon die from starvation and protein deficiencies. The figures varied widely. The Red Cross estimated that 1,000 were dying every day. Caritas, the Catholic relief agency, put the figure at 10,000 a day. But no one will ever know the full facts because an accurate census was impossible.
That's what happened to over 3 million Biafra children between 67 to 70, supervised by the late Queen of England. Today, the 13th day of September 2022, we mark the end to our 2 days sit-at-home civil disobedience, which recorded total compliance from Biafra people across the old eastern region of Nigeria, which is the Biafra territory. The sit-at-home also recorded success in other parts of Nigeria as Biafra people willingly decided to sit at home for these 2 days. We use this opportunity to thank all Biafrans who, out of their busy schedules, businesses, engagement, decided to embark on this 2-day sit-at-home civil disobedience as we continue to call for the unconditional release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, as we continue to sit at home and engaging ourselves in different civil disobedience for Biafra Republic and the declaration of Biafra and the Biafra freedom come to 2023. We have also noticed Nigeria's unwillingness to release the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who today, for the very first time, the Nigerian state admitted to have been kidnapped and renditioned to Nigeria from Kenya. In breach of international laws, we want to bring it to the world and to the Nigeria terrorist state that the refusal to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will come with heavy consequences going forward. Nigeria has also violated with impunity the United Nations Charter and other international instruments by refusing to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as demanded by the UN Working Group on Arbitrary Detention. This working group is a quasi-judicial body that has a subsisting legal mandate of the United Nations to consider and adjudicate human rights petitions against member states, against member nations of the United Nations. Nigeria is signatory to different international instruments and treaties. We are not relying to get justice for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from Nigeria court, but we will definitely free Biafra and we will definitely free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu by our own actions going forward. We commend the effort of the legal team led by Barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor. We commend their effort, but we want to make it very clear today to Biafrans that going forward, we know we cannot rely on the Nigeria judicial system as being controlled by the Fulani terrorists. We want to put it to the notice of the world and those Biafrans who are yet to understand how serious we are, that since the call for referendum by Biafra people and other indigenous nationalities in Nigeria has gathered momentum over the years, and Biafra picking up arms for self-defense against the government-sponsored terrorism, and on the possibility of the Biafra state, the response and support so far has been overwhelming, both from the northern groups who already has taken it upon themselves and have filed application to the ECOWAS court, taking Nigeria to court to allow referendum for Biafra to go as enshrined in the Article 20 of the African Charter on Human and People's Rights. The Article 20 of the African Charter on Human and People's Rights, all people shall have the right to existence. They shall have the unquestionable and inalienable right to self-determination. They shall freely determine their political status and shall pursue their economic and social development according to the policy they have freely chosen. The same Article 20 stretched that colonized or oppressed people shall have the right to free themselves from the bond of the domination by the resorting to any means recognized by international community. All people shall have the right to the assistance of the state parties to the present charter in their liberation struggle against foreign domination, be it political, economic, and cultural. Today, I dare tell you today, Biafra people and lovers of freedom, that we are under foreign domination, the foreign Fulanese. We are under siege by foreign Fulanese. The foreign Fulanese have invaded our land and they come with terror. And for that reason, Biafra people are taking the lead. We are now arming ourselves. We'll pick up arms, and that we are going to do, and nobody is going to lay down their arms in Biafra land. The Northern Women Group have also called on the government of Nigeria to allow Biafra to go. And we are also stretching out very clear that these groups of Northern elders and women calling for the Nigeria state to allow Biafra to go should be taken very, very serious. And to that note, I want you to listen to the Northern Women Group calling for Biafra to go.
Of being a Biafra nation. No more killing of northerners, no more killing of police officers, no more profiling of northerners and attacking their businesses. Let Igbo have their independent nation away from the rest of Nigeria. Nigeria on Biafra referendum in Abuja. We are the amalgamation of northern women from all parts of the north, north central, northwest, and northeast. We as mothers, we are always at the receiving end of any war, insurrection, killing, and act of terror. When our men were killed, we were raped and our children rendered orphans. We have nowhere to run to. Nigeria history has shown that women carry the heavy burden of war and act of insurrection and terrorism. We have gone through it from 1967 to 1971. Women, can we allow this to happen again? No! Our men die and left us with the children, no cattle for out of nothing. Other men that survive simply move on, but we never move on. The aftermath of the war and the suffering left a lifetime scars in our hearts and on our body. We therefore anonymously call on the leader and father of the country and the leadership of the National Assembly, President of the Senate, Dr. Ahmad Lawal, and the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Right Hon Femi Gbajabiamila, to immediately call for a referendum in the country. Let people choose to live in peace in Nigeria or leave. Any other group or nationality that wants to sit or exercise their right for self-determination, like the Southeast has been agitated for the seat to be allowed to live Nigeria peacefully without resorting a second civil war. Wow. Today, the Igbo nation.
That is from the Northern Women Group calling for the referendum, just like the Biafra people have done over the years. I want to inform you also that the former president of Nigeria, during last Sunday preaching, in the name of President Olusegun Obasanjo, also called and preached on the famous Pharaoh, let my people go, from the Bible. And on that note, President Olusegun Obasanjo was directly referring to you Biafrans. President Olusegun Obasanjo was directly referring to the federal government to look into the Biafra because we are coming with hell. We are bringing hell. Obasanjo have seen it coming. And to that note, I am going to bring the preaching of Olusegun Obasanjo last Sunday.
Please be seated. Verses 1 and 2. Ẹsẹ̀ Bíbélì kejì ní ìwé Ẹ́kísódù orí karùn-ún. I read, let my people go so that they may hold a festival for me in the desert. Who is the Lord that I should obey him and let Israel go? I do not know the Lord, and I will not let Israel go. Aaron and Moses, Aaron àti Mósè, went to deliver God's message to Pharaoh. Wọ́n lọ jíṣẹ́ Olúwa fún ọba Pharaoh. And Pharaoh disdainfully, Pharaoh sì kọ̀ jálẹ̀, and he rejected the word of God. Kò sì gba èyí tí Ọlọ́run tí wọ́n mú wá fún un. But not only did he reject, he said he did not know God, and he didn't want to know God, and of course he will not let Israel go. Come to the title of my exhortation. What then is testimony? Testimony is evidence given by a witness. Testimony must put God first. As we have seen in Joseph. Joseph did, and he made God the actual interpreter of dreams. Tó fi Ọlọ́run ṣe olùtúmọ̀ àwọn àlá rẹ̀ gbogbo. A gbọ́dọ̀ nínú ẹ̀rí wa gbogbo. Make God look good. Ká jẹ́ kí Ọlọ́run kó dára. There will be people. Àwọn èèyàn yóò wà. Like Pharaoh. Bí Pharaoh. In our second passage. Nínú ẹsẹ̀ Bíbélì kejì tí a kà. And remember he said, I do not know the Lord. Tí a rántí pé sọ pé Ọlọ́run let Israel go. O sì jẹ́ kí àwọn Ísírẹ́lì kó lọ. You did not know the Lord. Wọ́n kò ló wà. And you didn't want to know the Lord. Kò sì fẹ́ mọ Olúwa òun. He rejected even the words of the Lord. Ó kọ̀ jálẹ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ Ọlọ́run àti iṣẹ́ rẹ̀ gbogbo. And his end. Òpin rẹ̀ lẹ́yìn ọ̀rẹ́yìn. Was destruction. Ó ní ìparun. Self-destruction. Ìparun lójijì. Ọlọ́run fi ìtàn hàn. God showed him in miracles and finally in self-destruction the power and the mightiness of God.
Ọlọ́run fi ìyanu hàn àti títóbi bó ti tó kó tó di pé ó parun.
We have modern pharaohs
A ní àwọn Fáráò ìgbàlódé òní
who do not know God
tí wọn kò mọ Ọlọ́run.
and don't want to know God.
Wọn ò sì fẹ́ mọ̀ ọ́.
They will mock you.
Wọ́n ó gàn yín.
They will ridicule you.
Wọ́n fẹ́ tẹ̀ yín mọ́lẹ̀.
They will reject your words
Wọ́n á kọ ìyìn rere tẹ́ fún wọn lọ.
no matter what testimony you give.
Kò sí bí ẹ̀rí ṣe wù kó tóbi tó.
That should never worry you.
Ìyẹn ò gbúdọ̀ bìkítà sí òun.
You must stand firm and still proclaim your faith
Ẹ pọ̀ dúró ṣinṣin láti máa polongo ìgbàgbọ́ yìí.
and your belief and what you know to be right.
Àti ìgbàgbọ́ yín lórí ohun tí ẹ mọ̀ bí ó dára àti tó jẹ́ òtítọ́.
The faith of Pharaoh must teach anyone a lesson of the mightiness and miracle and immensity of God.
Ìgbàgbọ́ ti Fáráò yẹ kó kọ́ ọ̀pọ̀ lọ́gbọ́n bí Olúwa ti tóbi àti bí ó ti lágbára tó.
Success begets envy,
Àṣeyọrí máa ń mú owú wá.
jealousy.
Owú búburú
Pull him down.
láti fàlùlẹ̀ àwọn ènìyàn.
PhD, I call it. PhD. Backbite.
Ìṣòro ẹni lẹ́yìn.
Reputation destroyers.
Àwọn ẹlẹ́yàmẹ̀yà.
Reputation destroyers.
Àwọn tí máa ń ba nǹkan jẹ́.
Tí wọ́n ń bani lórúkọ jẹ́.
Right, my fellow Biafrans, you've just listened to the word coming from the former president of Nigeria in the name of Olusegun Obasanjo, directly talking and speaking to you, the Biafra people, and of course, speaking to the Nigeria state. Obasanjo have never spoken in this manner. Obasanjo have absolutely no reason whatsoever to preach about Pharaoh, let my people go within Nigeria context. If Obasanjo was talking to the Nigeria government about election, there is no similarity, there is nothing to do with Pharaoh, let my people go. Obasanjo was talking to you, Biafran people. Now, Obasanjo know that the autopiloted IPOB of this Biafra liberation will bring hell to Nigeria for Biafra to come. I want you to understand that our goal is to make sure that Nigeria do not conduct election in Biafra territory come 2023. That was a direct message to Biafrans for the so-called secession. I want to inform Biafrans too that one of the Northern elder, also stressed the importance of 2023 election as he struggled to preach to ignorant Nigerians to make sure the election hold in 2023. Was a direct response to the Biafra people. Our response to him and to Northern Nigeria is that we, the Biafra people, has resolved that Nigeria cannot conduct election in Biafra territory in 2023. This is a task that must be done at all costs. So on this note, I will also bring the video for your own knowledge.
The choice is ours. If we are concerned about our current state of insecurity, despondency, and hopelessness, if we are concerned now about our declining values, our rate of hopelessness, if we are concerned about our economic disposition now, if we are concerned about how poorer we are going into, every day we are getting poorer, if we are concerned about the decline of education, if we are concerned about the decline of the health sector, if we are concerned about the bad image the international community have on Nigerians, if we are concerned about our future and the future of the next generation, we have a choice to act wisely, to think wisely, to behave wisely, and to vote wisely, devoid of any sentiment. This is the last chance we have, 2023. Wallahi, this is our last chance. If we get it wrong, we will never get it right. And let me warn you, there are people in this country now, high-profile individuals who have only one message. They don't want election to hold, I swear. They are busy going from pillar to pole, planting venoms, landmines, hate, all sorts of misinformation to ensure that they confuse you and me and them all and sundry, so that elections will not hold. Because they know if elections hold, people are getting more informed. We are wiser than ever before. We are going to make a wise choice. They don't want us to choose wisely. They want us to continue choosing stupidly. They don't want elections to hold. What are they doing? They want to incite you and me into breakdown of law and order. They want to ensure that they incite you using your religion and my religion to ensure that we kill, we maim, we destroy, and we incapacitate, so that there will be total confusion. There will be breakdown of law and order. There will be arson and murder, so that the country will break. Let me warn you, just this war between Ukraine and Russia, just that war, there are 10 million refugees. The entire United Nations, look at the money they have. They are battling how to settle 10 million refugees. If you dare allow yourself to be used to destroy this country during the coming election, you are saying that we are willing to have 200 million refugees. No country in the world can accommodate 200 million refugees. No country. Countries neighboring Nigeria are suffering economically. They have their own sort of economic and political problems. Niger cannot accommodate Nigerians. Neither Benin, no Togo, no Ghana, none of these African countries. No country in the world can accommodate 20 million refugees. And that will be the result of a total breakdown of law and order if you allow it to happen in 2023. Make no mistake about it. This brand of people, set of people, are not wishing Nigeria well. They are not wishing you well. You must be wary of them. They are there in the gap of Islam and Christianity. They are there in the gap of Hausa, Igbo, Fulani, call all the tribes. They are there. We have all of them in all of these tribes. They don't want election. Don't be intimidated. Nobody should instigate you in the church or in the mosque. The function of the church and the mosque is to teach you morality, to guide you through morality, and to guide you through salvation. If a church and a mosque cannot guide you to salvation, that church and mosque are not worthy of being attended for worship. Quote me. If any bishop or any reverend or any father or any imam or any ustaz or any alaramma instigates you to go into violence, or not to cast your votes, or to do anything directly, indirectly, or tangentially related to violence, disobey him in wholesale and in retail. Disobey him in wholesale and in retail continuously. Don't obey him. Don't believe in him. Avoid him. He is cancerous to the society. He is cancerous to the religion of Islam and Christianity. He is an enemy to Nigeria. 2023 is beyond me, you and me. It's about the entire Nigeria. The world is watching. There had been predictions in the past. Nigeria will break in 2015. It never broke by the grace of God. It will not break in 2023 because we are going to make a wise choice.
And may we respond to him that Nigeria will break up by and in 2023. And Biafra people will take the lead of Nigeria breakup. There is no amount of security, intimidation, killing, genocide, mass murder of Biafra people will stop us from instigating it in 2023. It is a notice we are putting to the world and to Nigeria. My fellow Biafrans, I want you to understand that as these people are planning to exterminate and annihilate us, P2B involvement in 2023 general election is endangering the life of Biafrans across Nigeria. The momentum the Biafra freedom movement has gathered in the last year has put every Biafran in any part of Nigeria in vulnerable position. And so therefore, we want to call on all Biafrans across Nigeria to be very vigilant as we try to make sure that before November, P2B will be put to shame. Because the idea of P2B is never to contest for the president of Nigeria. He is being used by the British to bring distractions and make Biafra people to validate the impunity and the evil Nigeria for the next 8 years. The next 8 years, if Nigeria did not break up next year and Biafra get independence next year, you may never live to tell the story. So P2B involvement in the election is endangering the lives of Biafrans in Lagos and other parts of Nigeria from the extremists. We've made it very clear that Obi is on his own. Biafrans can never trade presidency over the freedom. Biafrans will disappoint P2B before the end of this year. And on that note, I want to also bring a video evidence of how Biafrans have been put, their lives have been put to jeopardy by the activities of P2B. Here we go.
I read very well, and everybody will can. Yes. This is a WhatsApp sent by Tinubu's group. No, read it out. I want you to read it out. Everybody can.
Power Glad Lab.
No.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Just read out what it says.
Yoruba, shine your eyes on. If you vote for Toby, it's automatically voting for Seaport in South and Southeast. Then Igbos will stop coming to Lagos State to invest. Rather, they would go to Delta and River State. They may even stop building houses in Lagos. It will affect a lot of Yorubas. Yoruba Renu.
This is your contract. He don't see the value of let's have something better. He leaves all the confusion. And that's it. And he will support it. I'm not sorry, I'm not using it.
No, it's okay.
He will support him.
It's okay.
Once he comes here and give him one, he said Jagaban is the best country. Even when the man is not well. That's the problem of the country. That's the problem. He has to ask himself a question. Hey, he will tell you. Somebody said to me, this candidate, they were the people who fought about it to a standstill. I said, okay. That he even lost everything.
I want to inform you all that our civil disobedience in preparation for Biafra declaration in 2023 has recorded huge success. This democratic response from welcomed and well-meaning Biafrans are responding to our civil disobedience. The last 2 days, sit at home was welcomed warmly by all Biafrans, and we are awaiting the Biafra breakaway by 2023 with great anticipation. As we forge ahead to make headways in this movement to liberate Biafra by 2023, there remain, however, huge challenges that could potentially affect the peaceful transition from a single Nigeria to different nation or state. These are the ever-present issue of how the oil industry will be affected, the nature of the currency, the scarce water resources, and finally, the external debt. As we struggle to address these issues, it is the intention and the intent of Biafra people to engage in a dialogue with the parties involved. We are ready to engage in dialogue with every parties involved. Do not take Biafra liberation as a joke. Otherwise, we are going to take you away. We would here, therefore, advocate conducting this talk outside Nigeria borders, and that they would be overseen by people we are going to appoint and name in due time. In anticipation, we will look onto special envoy from all member states from the United Nations Security Council. The intent of this talk will be to search for some sort of final settlement between Biafra and Nigeria. As it stands within the Biafra people, we have finalized about certain percentage of border demarcation. And on this same issue, only have few issues left to resolve within ourselves. In weeks to come, The Biafra flag, like we mentioned during our last State of the Nation address, in weeks to come, Biafra flag will be raised in the entire territory of Biafra. Anywhere you see the Biafra flag, you will know that you are in the territory of Biafra. So the border demarcation of Biafra and the issue that will involve the United Nations Security Council and the special envoy will be looked into in due time. Why we are putting this forward as early as this is so that you will not be taken unaware, because we are coming very hard. We are coming very hard on Nigeria. The result of this talk will be the presentation of a comprehensive paper for how Biafra and Nigeria or any other city nation from Nigeria will honor their commitment. Do not take this broadcast for granted. The most productive role as we look to the United Kingdom, the most productive role the United Kingdom could play, as they are the one who colonized Nigeria, with their interest they could adopt in this process would be to assist by using its influence to reach a mutual understanding and build the bridge during the disintegration of Nigeria in 2023. When this will occur, we expect them to use their influence. And if that did not happen, we will go through the hard way, which is making sure we engage in guerrilla warfare until nothing is left of Nigeria. We will make it very clear, as I speak for Biafra people today, it is very clear that as it stands, with over 100,000 men of Biafra people ready for battle for the freedom of Biafra, excluding Biafra serving in Nigeria Army, we are not scared to die. We are not scared to be killed or be intimidated by the military siege in Biafra land. As you continue to kill the innocent Biafrans, we will continue to take you one by one. We will take you unit by unit. We will take you troop by troop. And we will take you barracks by barracks until our freedom. The fight for Biafra liberation is not a crime. Rather, it is a fight for survival. And finally, we are not expecting the Nigerian government to obey the request and the directive and demand of the United Nations to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu unconditionally. Our activities going forward, it is the resolve and will be the resolve of the Biafra people. We will make sure you will not know peace going forward until Biafra is restored. I want everybody to understand that what we are doing is what everybody has done in the past. The way Biafra were killed in 1967 to 1970 will never be the way it is going to happen this time around. I want to use this opportunity to encourage Biafrans all over the world to stand very strong. Do not be intimidated by what the Fulanis and the terrorists are doing using the Nigerian government apparatus. As we are hoping for the best in these coming weeks and months to come, I wish you well. May God bless Biafra. May God continue to destroy its economy. May God continue to inflict pains on those Nigeria that derive joy in killing Biafrans since 1960. As I end this State of the Nation broadcast today, may I repeat, may God bless Biafra and may God continue to destroy Nigeria and its economy until the last day Biafra will be declared a nation. Remain blessed.